So sorry for the breaking transmission. I had a distraction I needed to sort out. You know, I was talking about the person that dropped a message on the group, on the platform during the session I interrupted. And I was talking about the fact that, number one, two things I see there. Number one, I'm talking about state government getting involved in exporting themselves to be generating income for their state. Now, if you invest in a business and have a challenge, just know that there is a darkness somewhere that you've not been able to cover. Because I saw the comment saying you joined someone, they invested, technical know-how, blah. You just mentioned the issue the people have. They have issue with technical know-how. We are recommending idea to the government what they have to do. And in our recommendation to the government need definitely professionals. If you understand, if you have followed this program in the past and you understand what we are proposing to the government, our proposal to the state government is simple. Let the state government put its youth into cooperative. Tell them the product to cultivate. Train them on how to cultivate it. Give them the right seedling. Partner with a company in a special purpose vehicle who will drive the process while the government fund. And the reason why the government is funding the people to produce is because they are going to produce for the government. And the government will be able to decide how much you will buy from them profitably. And the government is going to export it. And I say the government can continue to do what I call the side hustle, helping his people, which is the primary job he has, creating the environment on one hand. But the government must earn directly from exporting of product in his state on the other hand. So saying that you did one venture, the environment is tough, it was not successful, why is it that we just peddle news of tales of woes? Why are we not looking at those that have done it successfully? If you don't know someone that has done it successfully, then you should ask. So you can get to meet and know people that have done it. I'm not a farmer. But I know for a fact in Nigeria that there are people doing farming, agriculture successfully. So don't say that you disagree and you don't believe in what we are saying because of your experience. The fact that someone else have done it successfully make you to lose that position. If you hold a position as true at any point in time in life, and someone else come and smash that position and defeat it, you lost the right to hold it as true. What you need to do is to now humble yourself to learn from those that have done it correctly and be able to do it correctly. Rather than saying the government should not do this. I said our position is, and we maintain our position, government have business in exporting. Government must export. But government should not do it directly because Nigeria export crude, but Nigeria does not do it directly. Nigeria engage Nigerians, a Nigerian company, to do it directly. Indirectly rather. And they share the income at the end of the day. So don't tell me that because of your negative experience, every business you see in Nigeria today that someone has done successfully, some people have done it and have lost money. So are you not going to say, because you do it and lost money, those that did it and make money, it's not true? You have issues. You, in your message, you talk about technical expertise. That means the people you work with are probably incompetent. For example, the first project I did in export was a challenge. I lost money. Even my clients' money. But today, we've had a series of export projects now without losses. Why? There was incompetence with the partner we're working with. But over the year, we've been able to sieve out and now working with the right partners. So if you work with partners that are disappointed, I think you should accept that you have an issue with decision-making process. I have had that issue also in the past. We're human. And we can make mistakes. But what you should not do is to use your own mistake to judge and generalize your personal experience. These are things we do in life and business that is not helping us at all. The fact that you have a negative experience does not mean something does not work. If your negative experience is going to be the basis for judging it, then it's most unfortunate. I strongly believe agric is good for us and agric is the way to go, but not the way we are doing it right now. I strongly believe the state government should get involved. And I'm talking about Enugu state government. If you want to see our analysis, Mr. Kolade, please check the blog. I always drop what's the name? The analysis I'm doing, I always drop it on the blog. So check the blog and check the data there. If you have issue with the data, no problem. Our ours is to make idea available. I'm not an agriculturist. I have to search the papers done by agricultural scientists to determine some of the figure we put there. I'm not a farmer. If the farmer told me 18 metric tons per hectare, that's the yield, I don't know. I'm going to work with the research of scientists who have shown that they did it. If your experience is different, don't say because your experience is different, that's the general experience. Always remember, for every business that people do, that some are losing money, in the same business, some are making money. I have accepted. Ignorance is a gift. It keeps me humble to always want to learn. So if I don't know it, does not mean that someone else doing it is not saying the truth or is not doing it right. No, I don't know it. I accept my ignorance because ignorance is a gift. Nobody knows it all. And then I go for knowledge to learn how to do it better. I just told you now that my first export, second and third export, I had issue with all of them. But over the years, we've been able to correct some of those errors. And today we export with our clients' money and we're not having issue again. So please don't, because you have a negative experience and that become a yardstick for a particular sector and the fact that government should not get involved. I beg to differ. I am saying state government in Nigeria must get involved in export. They must partner with their people. They must support and fund their people. Their people produce for them and they export, not as the governor, but as a special purpose vehicle, an agent, a business in the state that they form an alliance with, who will coordinate the activities. Sorry. So sorry. Who will coordinate the activity and eventually do the export. So I was talking about palm oil. Oil export in Enugu State, and I almost was done before I saw that message, and I needed to address it because sincerely, these are the attitude we have in doing business in Nigeria that does not make businesses grow. Someone will say, okay, because he has done something, he has an experience, so that thing is not working, or that thing cannot work, just because of his experience. What he is not checking is, other people doing it, are they able to do it correctly? If other people are able to do it correctly, you lost the right to hold your negative experience as the true experience, as long as someone else is doing it correctly. So I'm now going to look at other things that Enugu State can export based on the data available from the state. What other things that Enugu State have the capacity to export? Apart from the palm oil, which is getting from the palm fruit or palm produce, the state is capable of exporting rice. The state is capable of exporting not just palm oil, rice, and coal. You know, the state is called the coal city. Maybe the first place that coal was mined in Nigeria, and they have billions of tons in deposit for coal. Billions of tons in deposit for coal. If you look at the rice market, it's about 20 billion. If you look at the palm oil market, about 33 billion. If you look at the coal, the bituminous, not the agglomerate, 27 billion. Let's check some other ones. Not the agglomerate, I'm trying to check some other ones. All right. Still on coal. You know, there are different variants of coal. So I'm concerned about different variants. Coal briquette. Coal briquette is 121 billion. 121 billion. 121 billion. Coal is a big one for Enugu State. I don't know how much Enugu is doing on coal right now. For the state government, don't just support people to come and do business in your state and pay taxes. That is not a very good model. You know, some countries can afford it because the level of development is high. So they are not so... Nigeria, if you are going to be... You know, you are trying to meet up with some countries, right? Those countries are also moving. So you must be doing something a little bit faster and growing, which is why some people say they believe we can be growing at 15%. How can we be growing at 2-3%? When are we going to get that destination? Which is why I'm also the opinion that there's no reason why all of us will go and sleep. Now it's 9 p.m. in Nigeria, and in another 3 hours, everywhere will be quiet. Everybody will go and sleep. The whole nation will go to sleep at the same time. What? A nation without job? Why can't we do 24 hours? Especially for the company producing. Nigerian person are eagerly looking forward to go. Joshua Sunday, thank you very much. I'm very, sometimes it's good you talk about some of these things. Some people are very negative, very, very, and even that negativity, they take it into the business itself. The things they do, they take it into that business itself. They take it into that business itself. It's so unfortunate, really, so unfortunate. You know, because at the end of the day, someone have a negative experience. I'm also eager to, sincerely, Joshua Sunday, I'm very much eager to see that first person that will come and do this and take this up. I'm eagerly waiting. I am eagerly waiting for that first governor that will consider this, really. Because at the end of the day, the one I did yesterday on the Ekiti State, I told you I have a friend that is among some of the appointees of the governors. So I sent it to him. I said, look, and I tweeted at Governor Kayode Fayemi. I mean, I don't have anything to lose sending it to them. If they do it, lovely for us, for the state, for the Nigeria. If they don't do it, not much for me to lose. But I have everything to lose by not doing it, by not letting them know. Just making the information available and see how they can do something about it. And I'm not saying this idea is foolproof. It might need refinement here and there, but we are just putting the idea out there and just leveraging on the fact that this is already what we are doing at the federal level. So it's not really, I won't claim this is my idea. It's not really my idea. It's just like getting us to rethink what we already know, in the sense that, okay, Nigerian state already have the capacity to do this. You understand? So we just find a way of getting us to rethink about what I think the Nigerian state need to do something serious about. Just get us to rethink. Because the government already doing it at the federal level by engaging foreigners to do the drilling of oil and then getting Nigerians to export that oil on behalf of federal government, and federal government making the money. We are doing it already. We are doing it already. I'm just saying, if the federal government is doing it at the center, let the state government begin to do it at the local level. So, Joya Sunday, thank you very much. Your words are very encouraging. I appreciate your I appreciate your comment. But anyway. All right, let's continue. So, as I round off this evening, I would like to appeal to the governor of Enugu State. Like I said, I think the governor of Enugu State is doing very well. I think he's doing very well. And the reason why I said that is the governor of Enugu State is about 30% of the income of Enugu State is generated internally. That for me is a very good model. A lot of states in Nigeria cannot even generate up to 10-15%. So if a state is generating 30% and above, I think it's commendable. Number one. Number two, the governor is not running a race, a rat race, or trying to do what he knows is not possible by giving himself a target of 3 times, 4 times, 5 of his budget, but rather he's giving himself just about 25% increase in his budget. He's earning about 75 billion and he's having a budget of about 109, 110 billion. That's just barely about 30-40%. So less than 50% of his income last year in his budget this year. I think that's commendable. But what is next left is for the state government to begin to adopt this strategy in which they get people in to come and mine that coal and export the coal and share the proceeds with the company that is mining and create job for their people, make money for their state, and make their state a better place. Thank you very much for listening again this evening. My name is Delayin and this Import Export Platform, Facebook Live from Trinity Academy. See you tomorrow as I take on what's the state we are looking at tomorrow. By the way, the state we are looking at tomorrow morning will be I'm going back to the north. Gombe State. Bye for now.